What's up, everybody? This is Dusty Rose, the American Dream, and it's hard times today in America, and you can help out Adam and Tyler Wood by subscribing today, baby.
What's up, everybody, and welcome back to Adam and Tyler World. Thank you for joining me today. Don't forget to like this video, comment below, and subscribe. Once again, I do appreciate it greatly. So this is the Royal Rumble 2019 results video. I'm going to go through the matches, tell you about what happened, what I thought about the matches, little pros and cons, and little highlights of the matches, shall we? So first match on the pre-show. 3 matches were on the pre-show. This first one was for the Raw Tag Team Championships. It was spur of the moment, so it wasn't even in my predictions. It was Rude and Gable versus Razor and Dawson, Scott Dawson, of AOP and the Revival. So if they would have won, since they're not an actual tag team, they would have had a chance to go against each other later on to see who would be number 1 contender. But since they didn't win, it's just Bobby Roode and Chad Gable are still tag team champions. So people were saying that the Revival didn't like or wanted to leave the WWE. So I wouldn't be surprised if this is one of those final nails in the coffin kind of thing where they're just like, all right, I'm done. Just we can't ever even get the tag team championships. I'm out. Just let me out here. So don't be surprised if the Revival leave forever, which apparently is a shame because they're really good wrestlers. So match number 2 was for the U.S. title on the SmackDown side. It was Rusev, the then champion, versus Shinsuke Nakamura. This is an alright match. I said at the end, what's his name? Shinsuke was trying to take the thing off the corner, and Lana gets up on the turn on the apron, and she's like, "You're a cheater! You're a cheater! You're a cheater!" And then this is my problem with wrestling. He's standing right in front of her. Rusev's behind him, and at the last second, he moves, and then Rusev hits Lana. There's no one on the face of the planet aside from Spider-Man who has spider senses, who has spidey senses, who can notice that someone's running behind them. So that makes it kind of faulty. And then, of course, she falls. Then I believe Shinsuke Nakamura gives him the Kinshasa, pins him 1, 2, 3, and new United States champion Shinsuke Nakamura. So once again, Lana's ankles hurt when she fell. This will, of course, come into play later. Match number 3 was for the Cruiserweight Championship, and it's just as I predicted. Even though I haven't watched any of that lately, I predicted Buddy Murphy would win, and he's probably going to keep it until WrestleMania, maybe even longer. It was a good match. Like I said, there's a lot of acrobatics, a lot of Circus Soleil stuff. Like I said, basically no storyline from what I can tell, because that's what they do with the Cruiserweights. Once again, the only time there was a storyline with the Cruiserweights was when Enzo Amore was the champion. Match number 4, Asuka versus Becky Lynch for the SmackDown Live Women's Championship. Yeah, that's it. This is an alright match, but in the end, Asuka went over. Becky, I believe, tapped. Like I said, it was a long pay-per-view. 2 30-man, women, whatever matches. Yeah, Becky ended up losing, so everybody's like, what? What's going on? But once again, it was going just as planned. Match number 5 was for the SmackDown Live Tag Team Championship. I predicted Miz and Shane would win, even though I wanted them to lose because mine is signed by The Bar. And yeah, I said it was an alright match. I said it's pretty predictable. I said I don't know what they're going to do next. But the shooting star press at the end by Shane McMahon was pretty impressive. Like I said, I bet you Brock Lesnar was in the back going, dang it, like, he could do it. Why can't I do it? When he almost killed himself at WrestleMania several years ago. Match number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This was actually surprisingly a very good match. I have to hand it to these ladies. I said I'm not a fan of Ronda Rousey per se, but her and Sasha Banks did an incredible job. I said this might have been match of the night, to be honest with you, as far as like actual one-on-one or teams, not the 30-man Royal Rumble or 30-women Royal Rumble match. This was probably one of the best ones, if not the best one, in my opinion. I could be wrong. You can tell me below. But at the end, Sasha was like going to cry, and then she started walking up the ramp, and then Ronda goes out. This part I don't like. Ronda goes out, and then she goes out and tongue kisses her husband, Travis Brown. I said, it's not the first time she's done that. It's just like, come on, bro. Like, we realize you're in a relationship. I don't need to see you making out with each other right here in front of all these kids and stuff. And then Sasha Banks comes back, shakes her hand. I believe she shakes her hand, but then she throws up the 4 fingers for the 4 horsewomen. So to allude to a fact that we will eventually have a four horsewomen versus four horsewomen at some point, probably WrestleMania next year. So we'll have Sasha, Charlotte, Becky, and Bailey versus Ronda and the other three. I don't know their names. I know that one of them's the NXT Women's Champion, but I don't know what her name is off the top of my head. So, yay, I guess. Next up was the 30 Women's Royal Rumble match. This one was alright. I said nothing too crazy, but I believe she was number 27 or 28 was Lana, and she came out and she was hobbling along. And at first I thought, okay, well, by the time she gets down to the ring, everyone's going to be done, so it's just going to be over. But then they didn't ever show Becky come out, and it went to number 29, was like Nia Jax or something. And then number 30 was, of course, Carmella. And so I was like, oh, okay, I know exactly what they're going to do. So, was that it? Was it before that? I don't remember. But anyway, but at some point, Becky comes out, so you're like, oh, shoot, what is she going to do? And she's like, let me in. And then just like, go for it. And then she goes up in there. It goes back and forth, back and forth. I believe it gets down to her and Charlotte at the end. And then, of course, Becky wins, just as I predicted, because she's going to go on and fight Ronda Rousey at WrestleMania. Hopefully just her, not Charlotte. Just the two of them. Just the two of them. Becky and Ronda. Yep, so that's it. Becky won. That was good for her. Great for her. Next up, we had Daniel Bryan, AJ Styles for the WWE Championship. These two guys are fantastic wrestlers. I did not give a dang about this match, to be honest with you. It was once again, it was like a lot of flips and tosses and reversals and crawling and doing all kinds of stuff. But I don't know. I wasn't invested in it. I don't know what they've done with the WWE title to make it all stupid. But like I said, that one's on TV every single week, and I don't care about it. This one's not on TV every week, and I still don't really care about it. So I don't know. They're doing something wrong. I don't know. Too much of that, not enough of that. They got to mix them together. Needs a better storyline. Wrestler needs to be there, but after WrestleMania, this belt will be on Raw every single week. I guarantee you. Next up, we had Brock versus Finn for the Universal Championship. Finn was doing really good at first. He was beating him up, going back and just beating the heck out of him using his speed. But then once Brock got a hold of him, he started tossing him, flipping him, and punching him and kicking him, doing all kinds of stuff. And then, what's his name? At the very end, Finn Balor did the coup de grace, and then he went to pin him, and then he rolled him up, and then Brock got him in the Kimura, made Finn Balor tap out, and he held it on a little bit longer than he's supposed to, of course, because he's a bad guy. And then, so Brock Lesnar, and still your Universal Champion. Then at the very end, because he got some blood, he got hurt, and of course, because he's going to be a heel and beat up Finn Balor, he went up and beat him up after the match, so everybody's like, oh no, to make Brock Lesnar be hated even more. And then people were booing him because he won, and then they were really booing him because he beat up Finn Balor. So Brock Lesnar did a fantastic job. He got a lot of heel heat. I would not be surprised if after WrestleMania he retires for good. Could be wrong. I will miss him. I'm a big fan of Brock Lesnar. That's why I'm wearing a Suplex City tank top. So he's kind of low. I had to pull it up. Let me see my nipples. The final match was the 30-man Royal Rumble match. And of course, this one did not disappoint. A lot of cool stuff. Kofi did two things where he almost got eliminated. Xavier Woods caught him at one point, and then another time we started rolling around. And actually, one of the coolest things of the whole thing was the fact that R-Truth was number 30, as we all knew for a long time. He comes out and says, "What's up?" and starts singing his thing. And then Nia Jax comes out of nowhere, throws him to the barricade, beats him up, and then she takes his spot, which I don't know. I mean, this happened before, but it's just like, why doesn't everybody do that? Just wait till the number 30 person comes out, kick their butt, and then just take their spot. So keep that in mind next year, WWE superstars who are clearly not watching this video. Yeah, so she got out there, and then she was beating up some people. She eliminated Mustafa Ali. One other thing is that Michael Cole actually called Mustafa Ali Muhammad Ali almost at one point when his entrance came out. Go back and watch that. She beat up some people, but then they beat up her. And I believe Rey Mysterio gave her a 6-1. No, Dolph Ziggler gave her a super kick. Rey Mysterio gave her a 619, and then Randy Orton, watch out, RKO'd her out of nowhere. And that was cool because he was creeping up on her earlier. And then she got eliminated, but it wasn't the first time a woman was in the Men's Royal Rumble, but it was definitely a surprise because she was just in the women's. It's like, hey, women had this one, men had this one. Nope, women can be in there. So I don't know how the WWE is going to be accepted with the whole Me Too thingy after this whole pay-per-view, because I'm sure someone's going to get butthurt and be like, oh my gosh, they beat up that poor woman. It's not real, people. She didn't really get beat up. But someone's going to have an issue with it. There's going to be an article. There's already an article out there. By the time you're watching this, someone is upset about that. That is it. Let's see. Pay-per-view all together, I would give it, I give it a 7 out of 10. Not too bad, not great. Like I said, it's just so long, to be honest with you. Listen, I got work tomorrow, and I was just sitting here like my whole Sunday was just like, okay, next, and whoa, that's a long match. But the men's went by pretty fast. A lot of different people came in for the Royal Rumbles, so that was cool. From NXT, had NXT UK, all kinds of stuff. I said give it 7 out of 10. And now we have our predictions champions. We had 4 people compete. One person, I can't really count theirs because they edited their choices, so but they wouldn't have won anyway, so it doesn't matter. So we have a 2-way tie between Klutzy B and WWE Mark. So thank you guys. Honorable mention to the other guys that did compete, the other 2 guys. I do appreciate you guys competing and trying out. Like I said, they had 7 points, but with this one-time bonus, each of them had 1,000,007 points. Oh my gosh, that's a record. So thank you guys once again for playing along. I do appreciate it. That is it for this video. Once again, if you have not already, don't forget to like this video, comment below, and subscribe. I do appreciate it greatly. Even share it with your friends if you want. That's even cooler. That is it. And until next time.